Hey kids, Flexing Teacher Weber here. Hope you're having a good day. We're reaching the point now in math where we're combining our adding and subtracting of integers, and I wanted to go through and do groups of questions today that are all similar so you can see some of the patterns with integer questions. So I've got these questions grouped in threes. So the first three look like this. 5 minus 8. Now a lot of people say 5 minus 8, but I like to think of it as positive 5, and negative 8. The signs are different, so I subtract. And since I have more negatives, the answer is negative 3. Number 2, positive 1 and negative 5. The signs are different, so I subtract. Since I have more negatives, the answer is negative 4. And number 3, positive 5 and negative 7. The sign in front of the integer goes with the integer. Signs are different, so I subtract. And since I have more negatives, right, negative 7, positive 5, the answer is negative. Okay, so be on the lookout for questions that look like that. Now, check this out. This one is number 4, negative 5, negative 8. Sign in front of the integer goes with the integer. Signs are the same, so I add them and use the negative sign. Number 5, negative 1, negative 5. The signs are the same, so I add them and use the negative sign. The answer is negative 6. I like to put in all my equal signs. Number 6, it's negative 5, negative 7. The signs are the same, so I add them, and they're both negative, so the answer is negative. Okay, so try to catch the pattern in those two groups, right? Now, check this out. Negative 5, take away negative 8. That's where we have a minus, right? And when you have a minus, that becomes a plus. So that's like negative 5, positive 8. Now treat it as an adding question. I have 5 negatives. I have 8 positives. The signs are different, so I subtract. But this time the answer is positive 3 because I have more positives. Number 8. Negative 1, subtract a negative. When you have that situation, that's like a positive. So it's negative 1, positive 5. Now treat it like an adding question. The signs are different, so you subtract. It's negative 1, positive 5. You subtract them, and you're left with an answer of positive 4. Remember, you don't have to put the positive sign there, but you can. Okay, and then negative 5, take away negative 7. Subtracting a negative is like adding a positive, so that's negative 5, positive 7. Treat it like an adding question now. The signs are different. It's negative 5, positive 7. You subtract. And since you have more positives, the answer is positive 2. Last set. Remember, subtracting a positive is like adding a negative. So this, negative 5 take away positive 8, we can think of as negative 5 plus negative 8. Now the signs are the same, and you add them, and you get negative 13. And negative 1 take away positive 5. Whenever you're subtracting a positive, that's like adding a negative. So negative 1 plus negative 5. Now the signs are the same, so you add them, and they're both negative, so the answer is negative. And the last question, number 12, negative 5, take away positive 7. Well, subtracting a positive is like adding a negative, so negative 5 plus negative 7. Signs are the same, so you add them, and that's negative 12. So look at each group of questions. Okay, right here in the top three, It was a positive and a negative together, so the signs were different, so we were subtracting. We had more negatives, so the answer was negative. This one, 4 to 6, both signs were the same. We had a -5 and a -8, a -1, a -5, so we add them and use the negative sign. In this group here, it was subtracting a negative, which is like adding a positive, and we ended up with different signs for our addition question, and so we subtracted, and since we had more positives, the answers were positive. And this one here, subtracting a negative is like adding a positive. Subtracting a positive is like adding a negative. So in these ones, we did that, and we ended up with 2 negatives adding them up. Actually, these questions 10 to 12 were exactly like questions 4 to 6, right? So those summarize many of the rules that you'll have to know for integers, adding and subtracting. And this video will help you do the sheet that I gave you today called Integer Sleep and Lions. So make sure you use this video to help you. I hope that helps. That's all for now. Flexing Teacher Weber, out.